if there's something that I know for sure, it's that we both live on this planet together. Can you imagine not having clean water to drink, or perhaps struggling to find a source of clean water? What if I told you chances are the water you're drinking is probably contaminated already? I'm here to inform you on ocean waste, how it affects us, and what we can do to limit it. Through this speech, my goal is to help you consider reducing your waste to better help the environment, and better yet, your health. So starting off with the ocean. Ocean covers 71% of the Earth's surface and equates for 96.5% of the Earth's total water. I'm choosing to talk about the Pacific Ocean mainly because it's the largest, but also because it holds the most waste out of all the other oceans. So according to an article on USA Today, a study was done by scientists, and there is a patch within the middle of the Pacific, well, not really in the middle, it's in between Hawaii and California. It's called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It holds 1.8 trillion pieces of garbage and equates to 88 tons of garbage just floating around in the water. So to put that in perspective, that's 600,000 square miles, so that's twice the size of Texas itself. So it's pretty big. And then on to waste. A study done by the Environmental Protection Agency in 2013, they counted that Americans produce 254 million tons of waste, and only 87 million tons of that was actually recycled. So that equates to about 34%, which isn't even half. Surprisingly though, America's ocean waste, we rank 12th on the list, which is pretty low for a big booming country, I think. And we produce about 110,000 metric tons. We throw that into the ocean throughout our waste. The last subject there is plastic microfibers. So there are about 64,000 pounds of microfibers that are entering into the oceans from the US alone. And what these are, they're smaller than 1/5 of an inch, and they are being eaten by anything from zooplankton to blue whales. One study was done, and 25% of individual fish, they found traces of plastic within them, and that equates to 67% of all the species intended for human consumption. And surprisingly, another study came out, and 83% of tap water worldwide found traces of plastic microfibers in them. So that is where we get the polluted water that you're already drinking. So some ways that I find that we can fix this is responsible waste management. So obviously recycling, we can try to get that number up together, and then limiting our waste. So don't buy things that are bulked together, that are just lots of plastic wrap and things like that. Try to not use plastic bottles, use a refillable canteen or something like that. And be aware of the clothing you're buying. Are they made with a lot of nylons and things like that that eventually break down into these plastic microfibers. And the last thing I have was supporting brands and charities that go to clean up the ocean. So brands like Lonely Whale, Project Aware, and 4Ocean, those are all great brands or charities that are going to clean up the ocean. So with that, I hope that we can solve this problem that seems to be building up year after year, and we can create a healthier environment for ourselves and future generations. Thank you.